Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all good? Y'all, I want to, okay, let's see. I'm going to do a way back Wednesday, but by the time this post, it may be a throwback Thursday. But I want to talk about Queen Sugar. So, did y'all watch Queen Sugar when it was out? Like Queen Sugar, Greenleaf, like even Delilah. I like Delilah. I don't know why they didn't bring it back, but they didn't. But I want to talk about Queen Sugar and the part when Jimmy Dale thought that it was a good idea for him to bring his tail down to St. Joe, which is all Nova's fault anyway. Her and that doggone book that she wanted to write ain't got nobody permission to tell any stories. But she thought it was okay because they were family. I told y'all about that family stuff. So, y'all remember the scene on Queen Sugar when Jimmy Dale showed up at the diner, right? Vi was cleaning off the counter. She heard somebody come in. She didn't look up though. She was like, go ahead, take a seat. I'll get right with you. So he said, sure, thanks. And without even looking up, she recognized the voice and it put fear in her. She was so terrified that she fainted. So Hollywood, so when the scene come back from commercial, it was Hollywood. He was giving her something to drink. Vi don't know what's going on. She asked him what's happened. And Jimmy Dale, he easing out of the diner. And Hollywood let her know that she passed out. He worried about her. She been doing too much. She got too much on her plate. And then Vi, she looking around because she want to know where he at. She tells Hollywood, I need to go home. Take me home. We need to go home. So when they get to the house, she throwing up. She just sick. That might make her sick to her. That's literally sick to my stomach. You made me sick to my stomach. That's how terrified and distraught she was. So Hollywood let her know, I'm worried about you. I don't know what's going on. And Vi said that man, she said Jimmy Dale was at the diner. And he's like, what? She said, yeah, the man with the hat and the white beard, the yellow shirt. He said, the Good Samaritan? And he put his hands on you? Then gonna ease out the front door? So he get his phone. He called up to the diner to let the employee know, hey, that dude that had on that hat with that white beard, if he come back, let me know. And of course, Jimmy Dale, trifling tale, did come back because I guess he thought he was going to see Vi back at work. So Hollywood went over there and said, well, let him know, I know who you are and you not welcome here, so you need to go. And Jimmy Dale talk about he didn't mean no harm. He was just passing through to congratulate Vi on her little diamond. Hollywood didn't care nothing about that. He just wanted him to know you ain't welcome. You need to get on down. So Hollywood go back home, right, to tell Vi that he talked to Jim Dale. He didn't put his hands on him. He let him know he wasn't welcome. He followed him all the way to the St. Joe Parish line and watched him get on the expressway. Vi a little skeptical because she like, Jimmy Dale don't back down easily, but if you say so, okay. So then Vi hears somebody at the door because I think either Hollywood went outside or he went to the store. And she was like, oh, that's him right there. He gonna be so happy I made this pot pie. Only for her to open the door and it's Jimmy Dale standing up there like he's supposed to be there. He was like, you ain't gonna let me in? Sweet thing. Doing all that little talking, right? And I'm like, Vi, why did you let him in? Why did you open the door? But she let him in. So he walking in and talk about, I see you made some changes. Still feel like my house though. Smells like you and your cookie. But I do miss them both. I will tell you. But I didn't marry you for your cooking now. So, how you doing? Vi don't say anything because she's still in shock. She's standing up there froze. So he raised his voice and says, Violet, I'm talking to you. This snaps her out of her trance, but it also gives her a voice and a little fight back because she tells him, not your house, Jimmy, my house. Jimmy Dale didn't care nothing about that. He said, I see you got yourself a boy. Your new husband, Hollywood, is that it? Vi said, he ain't a boy. Baby, Jimmy Dale started laughing. Jimmy Dale laughed at Vi and said, I ain't met no man who will allow himself to be called that. Nah, that ain't no man. That's the name of a boy with stupid dreams. But I didn't come here to talk about him. I came here to talk about us. And I'm listening to Jimmy Dale like, ain't no us, Jimmy Dale. What are you talking about? You don't even supposed to be there. Then he told Aunt Vi, listen, I'm sorry how we left things. I was a young, dumb man back then. Everybody makes mistakes. Y'all, who that sound like? MH. Then he said, but not everybody man enough to admit to him. Some come to their dignity later in life. If I told Jimmy Dale, you the last person who could ever talk about dignity. Jimmy Dale, get out my house. Baby, Jimmy Dale didn't like that. He stood up and grabbed that hat and said, so that's how you gonna do me? After all this time? She said, you think right. There's the door. Use it. He told her she still had that spice in her. This man is not taking anything seriously. He told her that she still had that spice. Now by this time, so the front door is open, the screen door. You could see Nova. She's coming up and she asked him, Jimmy Dale, what you doing here? I said, he's just leaving. Jimmy Dale said, oh, hey, Nova, good to see you again. When he said that, Vi was looking shocked and confused. She said, excuse me, again? What he talking about? Nova gonna mess his hell. Gonna say, I can explain. Vi told her, whatever you did to bring this to my doorstep, you can't explain it. And here comes Jimmy Dale, old unwanted tail, gonna say, well, she ain't gotta explain nothing. I'm just here to see how the years treated you. And from where I'm standing, the years done good by you. Just a little pooch. And he tapped her on her belly. Because you remember, Jimmy Dale was a AB user. And when he put hands on her, that caused her to lose her baby. And she couldn't have any more kids. So Nova rushes up and pushes Jimmy Dale away from Aunt Vi and telling him, no, you get away from her. Don't come near her. Jimmy Dale spun around and told Nova, get your hands off me. You know what I'll do to you? This when Aunt Vi stepped in and she started pushing him out the door, hitting him, saying, get out of here. Get away. By then we see Hollywood. Now, I don't know where Hollywood came from, but Hollywood came and he came heated, baby. He was walking up on Jimmy Dale and he said, man, you gonna show your face at our house? You out your damn mind? Jimmy Dale gonna really think he tough. Jimmy Dale really think he tough. He gonna walk up to Hollywood and say, I was trying to be nice to you, but I ain't the one, boy. I'm trying to tell you. And he put his finger in Hollywood's face. And Hollywood laid hands on him like he was an evangelist, baby. I believe after every lick Hollywood laid on Jimmy Dale saw a different angel. And that's what he get. Bringing your old country backwood tail down here stirring up mess. So Vi run down there like, stop, Hollywood, you gonna kill him. Stop. You're beating the brakes off of him. Because you know I can't say what she really said. So here go Jimmy struggling to get up, gonna say, I see you held on to all that anger all this time, Violet, because I took something from you that you'll never get back. But I just came here to say I was sorry. But you know what? I ain't sorry. I ain't sorry at all. I ain't sorry about a damn thing. Then he gonna throw that hat on and walk on all covered in all that blood like the pig he is. Then of course he had to stop and say something else. Talk about, you are what you always were. Ernest's old sassy sister. But you was one hot piece of ass though. Baby, when I tell you, Hollywood was like a raging bull. And he wanted to get to him. But Vi Nova was holding him. He said, I know I never should have tried to make you a wife. And Hollywood tried one more time. But Vi said he ain't worth it. He ain't worth it. Just let him go. So all of them go back into the house. So Vi can wrap Hollywood's hand. Because he did a little damage on his hand. Nova said, I never meant for things to come to this. And Hollywood's like, you never do. So Nova explained to them that she went to talk to Jimmy Dale for her book because she wanted to get all the sides of the story. She wanted to explore whether redemption was possible, even for somebody as horrible as Jimmy Dale. But after talking to Jimmy Dale, she realized that he was exactly who Aunt Vi said he was. She didn't know that visiting him would make him show up and start trouble. Now the whole time Nova is talking and explaining what she did, why Jimmy Dale came, Aunt Vi ain't paying her no attention. She not even turning around. Then, in my opinion, Nova tried to gaslight Aunt Vi, talking about all I wanted to do was celebrate your triumph, because a lot of women could relate to what you had gone through with Jimmy Dale. She said that her intention wasn't to hurt anyone. That's when Aunt Vi slowly turns to Nova and she told her, you have done some things in your day, child, but this, your daddy would be ashamed. And your mama would do what I'm about to. You need to leave right now. And Nova tried to interrupt to tell her that she didn't tell Jimmy Dale to come there, but Aunt Vi cut her off and said, stop it. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to look at you. Not right now. Not tomorrow. Way I'm feeling, even 10 years can't put enough distance between us. Don't darken my doorstep. Don't bring no flowers to my grave. I don't need you disturbing any more of my peace. This is the last time I let you in this house, Nova Bordelon. But when I tell you Nova was standing up there so hurt, like Nova was so hurt, she couldn't do nothing. She couldn't do nothing but turn around, tuck her tail, and walk up out that house. Because you had no reason to go down there to talk to Jimmy Dale about anything. You really shouldn't have wrote the book. I mean, she could write the book, but you needed permission. You should have asked everybody in the family if it was okay for you to tell their story. How did you feel like it was okay for you to tell a story that you didn't even experience? Now you done caused all this mess in the family. And now you stand up there and your auntie and let you know she don't even want you to bring flowers to her grave. Oh my goodness, Nova. Nova was one of them little hard-headed. You just hard-headed, girl. Did y'all watch Queen Sugar? Y'all remember that scene? Y'all, let's talk about it. You know we got to switch it up some, baby, because we don't know what Love Match Huntsville gonna do. But let's try to switch it up. Let's try some new things, y'all. Please support the video. Like, share, subscribe. Please share it so it can, move up the algorithm, so other people can come over here and join us. We good people. Y'all know that. And I'll talk to y'all later.